Now here's the key. There's really 5 truisms in business or any organization or any team, believe it or not. And I believe in these truisms. I've been living them and boiling it all down. So I'm going to go through them. They're on your list there. If you're graphical and visual like me, you could actually draw lines off of each one and write the sub-points. If you're more, a word person, there's plenty of room there in white space. The first is know thy market. Seems pretty straightforward. A lot of people talk about knowing your customer. I would bet that 95% of the businesses out there, big, small, don't know their customer very well. I would also bet that the 5% that do things a lot better than their competition. They're usually the leaders, whether it's Dell or Southwest Airlines or the local sub shop. If they know their customer better, they're going to do well. Knowing your customer is only one part of know thy market, the other 2 parts, so draw a little line customer. Next little line is competition, okay? What's really interesting is if you're with a nonprofit, you don't think much about competition. You might want to substitute the word environment or partners. A lot of times nonprofits will do stuff that the person down the street is doing because they get too broad. So environment, partners, that kind of thing, if you're a nonprofit. The third point under know thy market is macro trends. Macro trends, big trends, okay? So what I mean by that, I used to run a company that sold organic ingredients. So we were watching some pretty major macro trends: subsidies, weather, economy in Peru, economy in China. So the things that affect your business, figuring out those things is very, very important. So that's know thy market. It's core, it's key. I can go much deeper. We could spend hours and hours on that one. Next, know thyself. Now this one has a lot to do with the stage of business you're in. Okay, there's a great website called Adizes, A-D-I-Z-E-S. And Adizes studies life stages of corporations. And just to simplify it, there's a startup phase, kind of the baby. You're birthing the baby. If you've got less than 5 employees, if you've got less than 10 associates, you're probably in startup phase. The next phase is growth, or what Adizes calls adolescence. And there are inflection points between those 2 stages where it gets really painful, okay? And I talk a lot about the wall. I call them the wall, okay? But the point of know thyself is knowing yourself is different depending on what stage you're in, all right? So know thyself is all about what are your personal objectives? What's your personal passion? What are you personally trying to do with this business? Especially in the startup phase and even into adolescence, the CEO founder is the business, okay? If you don't align with that CEO founder, don't try to change the CEO founder, sorry, okay? So if you're in here and you work for a passionate entrepreneur, probably a few of you in here, you'll recognize some of what I'm saying, okay? Don't try to change it. What's the founder's vision? What's the founder's passion? What are they trying to get done? It's not mission vision for the company. This is about the passion of the founder. Another key in know thyself is stakeholder alignment. I can't tell you how many times I see passionate entrepreneurs who surround themselves with people that really love them and want to help them, but they're not in alignment, especially when you start building a board. Or if you've got 2 partners. If you've got 2 partners in a business, or a majority partner or minority partner, if you're not in alignment, that trickles down and it will stifle your growth. It's one of the biggest things I preach. If you can't get in alignment with your key stakeholders, you will not scale quickly.